The result's legitimate only if the president wins.
The president will accept the results of a free and fair election. He will accept the will of the American people.
So for clarity, if he loses and it's free and fair, he will accept.
I've answered your question. He will accept the results of a free and fair election.
Okay, there you guys go. How many times does she have to say it? And believe me, watching that, she had to say it a lot. Obviously, this is CNN, and let's see what kind of narrative they're trying to spin or what they're trying to plant inside of people's heads. Let's go.
Free and fair, according to whom? Well, in this case, according to Donald J. Trump, who, if you actually look at his record, has already said the answer to the question. He has clearly said that the election is not free and fair if he is not the victor.
He has clearly said the election is not free and fair if he's not named the victor. Once again, she said, he clearly says that the election is not free and fair if he's not named the victor. Obviously, they're about to cut away to a clip to show us him saying the election is not free and fair if he's not named the victor. Let's take a look.
The only way we're going to lose this election is if the election is rigged. Remember that.
It'll end up being a rigged election.
The Democrats are trying to rig this election because it's the only way they're going to win.
Did you guys hear him say that? The election is not free and fair if he's not named the victor? Did he say that? At a single point, did he say the election is not free and fair if he's not named the victor? Let's listen to it one more time.
Clearly said that the election is not free and fair if he is not the victor.
The only way we're going to lose this election is if the election is rigged. Remember that.
It'll end up being a rigged election.
The Democrats are trying to rig this election because it's the only way they're going to win.
There you guys go. He did not say that. But she planted that there. She wants people to believe it. She wants people to buy into it. CNN, mass media, wants people to buy into the fact that, no, Trump isn't going to leave the office unless he's the winner. He did not say that. He only talked about how the Democrats are rigging this election. And if you guys have seen, they have already found ballots thrown out. They're investigating it. There was just charges brought up in Texas in regards to the 2018 primary elections. But let's see what she says now.
Okay, so he's saying there's no way he can lose unless the election is rigged. So Kayleigh McEnany's point is farcical, right? If he'll accept the results of a free and fair election. He's already made that clear. He said he won't accept them unless he wins.
He did not say that. See how she did it again? He did not say he would not accept the outcome of the election. He did not say that. I just played it for you guys twice. He did not say that. And she had to go and repeat herself. He's talking about how they're trying to rig it. And in that situation, no, he would not accept the results of the election if they're trying to rig it. Call me crazy, but if you guys haven't heard enough, they are doing really sketchy things. In the year of a pandemic, in such an important election, they want to do mass mail-out ballots. I know I've covered this in other videos. Mail-in voting is fine, but this is where the media, Nancy Pelosi, what they're trying to do to confuse people. They're saying, well, Trump, the White House, they have voted through mail-in ballots. Why can't everybody else? The thing is, everybody can. They're leaving out the small little detail. Currently, the way the system is set up, to do an absentee ballot or a mail-in ballot, you need to go and request one. Go online. I forgot what the website is, but you need to go online, request a mail-in ballot. They'll send you one per your request, and then you submit your vote via mail. What they are trying to do, Nancy Pelosi, they're trying to get every single state on board with mail-in ballots, which means they're going to mail out a mass amount of mail-in ballots to everybody. It doesn't matter if you requested it or not. It doesn't matter if you want to vote or not. It does not matter. They're sending them out to everybody. Everybody's going to get one. This even means people are going to get them that have moved. They don't stay on top of this stuff. So there's going to be ballots thrown everywhere. There's even states, I forgot what state, that has gotten rid of signature verification on this. It's ridiculous. So of course, they're trying to spin this as if Trump wouldn't leave. Well, guess what? I'm like, no, I do not blame Trump for not leaving if there is enough evidence to show that the election was rigged or there was ballots weren't taken care of correctly, or people at the post office are trashing them. There's plenty of stories out there of post office workers just trashing regular mail. Like, it's not uncommon, then alone how many people hate Trump. This Trump derangement syndrome is so real that is it hard to believe that a hardcore person that hates Trump so much would trash any ballots. And that's what I'm telling people. If you want to vote, do everything that you can to go out and vote. Of course, I understand if you're high risk, COVID-19, and you have to do an absentee ballot or a mail-in ballot. But if you get sent a mass amount of ballots, do not just trash them, tear them up. Make sure somebody can't pick them up to send them in. But let's see what else she has to say.
But what will he do, if he loses? Well, let's go and check the tape.
Will you commit here today for a peaceful transferal of power after the election? And there has been rioting in Louisville. There's been rioting in many cities across this country, red and your so-called red and blue states. Will you commit to making sure that there is a peaceful transferal of power after the election?
Well, we're going to have to see what happens. You know that I've been complaining very strongly about the ballots, and the ballots are a disaster.
I understand that, but people are rioting. Do you commit to making sure that there's a peaceful transfer?
People are rioting. What does that have to do with this question? Yes, people are rioting. But just because they're rioting does not mean that he should just step away. Like, they're rioting with what? The transfer of power? What the hell do those have to do with each other? Right now, they're not rioting because Trump didn't transfer power. Right now, because Trump didn't sit there and say, no, I'm not going to transfer power. So now they're going out and rioting. What the hell does rioting have to do with it? I have no idea, but let's continue.
We want to get rid of the ballots, and we'll have a very peaceful. There won't be a transfer, frankly. There'll be a continuation.
Are you suggesting?
There you go. He did say it. If there wasn't mass mail-out ballots, if you get rid of these ballots, and he's referring to mass mail-in ballots being sent out to everybody, it would be a peaceful transfer of power. He's confident that he's going to win the election. Is that wrong? Shouldn't you be confident if you're going to do something? No, it just makes sense, but let's keep going.
That you might not accept the results of the election?
I have to say.
I mean, again, get rid.
Why? She just cut him off. He asked him the question, and he said, I'm going to have to see. And then she cut him off. And now she's going to continue building on that narrative.
Rid of the ballots and you'll have a peaceful, there won't be a transfer, right? Again, if he wins, he accepts it. And
see, she's just building on all of this. If you get rid of the ballots and Trump loses, he will leave office. He's said that in plenty of interviews. And they do not want you to see that. Because now they're building the narrative for long down the road. Not long down the road. What are we, a month out? Month and a half out? They're building it down the road. The reason they're building it is because they know that if Biden loses, they want people to stand up and revolt even more. They want them to be even more upset when they say, oh, look, we found all these ballots. Biden actually won. Trump's refusing to leave. But what if fraud actually happened in the election? Does Trump just get up and leave? Hillary already came out and told Biden not to secede the night of the election if he loses. She already came out and said that. And now they're trying to get everybody on board with that. This whole red mirage that, oh yeah, Trump's going to win on election night. But once we get all the mail-in ballots in, it's going to show a different story. Biden's going to just sweep the country. This is why Trump needs to win by a massive margin. Huge. Because they're going to do everything they can to get him out. You guys just heard several examples of what they're doing. They're putting words there that were not said. They're adding context and they're cutting videos down. They're trying to get everyone on their side and they're trying to scare people. The funny part is Trump's winning for a reason. We just got to make sure we get enough people out there to vote. And you know what? I'm like, if you want to vote by mail, great. But it is very sketchy with everything going on. My view is if you can go stand in a line at a grocery store, you can get up and go vote. But I understand if you're high risk, but don't let these people win. There's something going on here, and we can't let them have it. Like always, if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share. Y'all have a good one.